Hey, what's up? Like, totally time for 90210.
Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to Massive Late Fees 90210 show. My name is Mark. With me as always is my girlfriend Carol. How you doing, Carol?
Hey, what's up?
How much? We've had a good week here at the show. It is it's August 31st.
Yes, the last day in August.
1995.
We are about to be in fall.
Yeah, we're getting close. Are you excited? Are you excited about fall?
No.
No, you don't like Halloween? You don't like pumpkin pie?
I love pumpkin pie.
Yeah.
And Halloween. And I like autumn leaves and everything else. I just feel like the summer went by too fast.
Trees swaying in the summer breeze.
Like, we didn't do a lot of the stuff we talked about doing in the summer.
Showing off their silver leaves.
Like Cedar Point, you know?
As we walk by.
We can still go to Cedar Point in the fall.
Soft.
What is wrong with you?
No. Yeah, Cedar Point. What about Cedar Point?
Never mind.
I Cedar Point. No, what about it?
No, I'm just saying.
We didn't go?
I thought we were gonna go, and we didn't go. But we can
we
still
didn't go to Cedar Point this year, but we've been to Cedar Point before.
Yeah,
it's fun.
I'd like to go again.
I don't like roller coasters.
Okay, I'll just go without you. How about that?
Oh, who are you gonna go with, Kyle?
Who the fuck's Kyle?
Yep, that's how a comedy bit gets rolling. I throw out a name, and you're like, "Who the fuck's Kyle?"
I can't believe you would bring up his name.
Anyway, no, we didn't go to Cedar Point, but we did do other fun stuff. A good summer.
We watched movies. And 90210.
We went on vacation in February.
We did. We did go to Florida in February, and that was fun. Yes.
What a complainer. Wow.
I am not.
If we ever get married, this is what I have to look forward to.
You know you want to marry me.
Yeah. Well, you'll see if you're lucky. Maybe you could just marry Tom.
Arnold? I don't think so.
That's mild improvement from the other situation. So, why don't you tell us what happened on 90210?
Okay. So, this episode called The Mexican Standoff.
It involves Dylan holding a gun to Brenda's head, and Brenda holding a gun to Kelly's head, and Kelly holding a gun to Dylan's head.
That would be quite the episode, but no.
That is a classic Mexican standoff.
Right.
Which seems racist. Why is that a Mexican standoff?
I don't know. Why is anything, you know?
Very incisive.
Shut up.
How come green olives can be put in jars, but black olives, they gotta lock away in cans?
I don't know. I bet there's a scientific
Wyatt
reason for
Poole is the goal for the white supremacist cue ball.
What the fuck?
To bring down the black 8 ball.
Okay, we're gonna.
But when the cue ball goes down,
we're gonna move on.
It comes right back up.
Yeah, we're gonna move on now to 90210.
Are we?
We are.
Are you sure?
I am. Dylan asks Brenda to go to Baja with him. Mm-hmm. So she rightly thinks her parents will say no. And he encourages her to ask anyway, while at the same time encouraging her to break curfew.
Yeah, very smart.
Like, I know they're teenagers, but come on, be smarter. So she goes home late and gets busted about the curfew. And then the next day, Dylan's over for dinner and like, hey, did you ask them yet? Are you going to ask them? Let's ask them. So she decides, instead of asking, to tell them that she's going. Like, just to act like, of course she's going.
She said that she wasn't hanging out with Kelly, which is what they thought she was going to do. Because Kelly's all depressed that her mom's getting married.
Right.
Still, she's still acting like a baby about it.
Yes.
And she's like, oh, no, Dylan and I made other plans. we're doing something else.
Oh, what are these other plans? Oh, Dylan has invited me to go to Baja with him. Isn't that wonderful?
Right.
Like, what an idiot. But for some reason, her mom's in her corner.
Yeah.
Her dad's like, absolutely not. And her mom says, let's talk about it. Now, I think her reasoning, although she doesn't really give any, is that she is 17, almost 18 years old. So it's probably time to give her some, some free reign to do some things. I don't know that going to a foreign country is the best way to do that, though. And I think Brenda kind of proves that in this episode.
Yeah, for sure.
So her parents, though, do give her permission to go. And Brandon sits there at the table and goes, what, you're letting her go? What a jerk.
Yeah, he's trying to sabotage everything.
Brendan. That's all he has going on this episode, really.
Mm-hmm. Brendan Fraser.
Yeah, Brendan.
He popped up for a second.
He did.
Brandon.
Yeah, Brandon. So, okay. So then Brenda and Dylan.
It's like you're trying to perform a very complicated magic trick or something. You're trying to conjure a spirit to remember the right Aramaic words to incant.
You're such a jerk.
Brendan. Yep.
I almost said Luke Perry, and then I was like, no, the character.
Yep, Dylan, the name we've been saying for 2 years.
The name that Brenda says all the time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Apparently screams it.
So they were snuggling and watching Grapes of Wrath, and they fell asleep.
They did.
Like fucking idiots. I'm sorry. If my parents said, yes, you can go on vacation to Mexico, I would be on my best behavior. I would not do anything that would compromise it.
Like I said, I don't know why they couldn't have watched Grapes of Wrath at her house.
That would have made more sense. But, just like he said in the beginning, he's like, oh, we get to be alone here all the time anyway. What does it matter? Like,
Your dad knows I'm fucking railing you in my house constantly. I don't know what it matters if I do it in Mexico.
It's so weird that he's like an adult, but he's not an adult.
Yeah, he's 17, but he's emancipated.
Yeah. So,
what this situation reminded me of, though, was the Everly Brothers song, Wake Up Little Susie.
Okay.
You know that song, right?
No. Why don't you enlighten me?
But, the movie, the song is all about how they, like, how's it go? The movie wasn't so hot.
I knew you would.
It didn't have much of a plot. It's 4:00. Our goose is cooked. Our reputation is shot.
Yeah.
And it's basically
it's 4:00 too.
Yeah. They stole that. The Everly Brothers need a writing credit on this song. Yeah. Everly Brothers, by the way, not real brothers.
Okay.
Righteous Brothers, also not real brothers.
Interesting.
Thank God, though, the Smothers Brothers, real brothers.
Had to find some.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, she jumps up and she's like, oh, my God, it's 4:00 in the morning. He's like, just tell him you fell asleep. It'll be fine. Like, they're going to believe that? Like, have you met her parents?
Well, here's the thing is he has no concept of what it's like to have adults telling him what to do.
Right.
He has never had any kind of
actual
control
parenting,
or any kind of parenting at all.
So, yeah, it's not good, obviously. So
he'll make a great dad.
Oh, my God. Can you even imagine? So she gets home, and of course her dad's pissed. And he's like, you act like a child. You want me to treat you like an adult? I can't. And, you're not going to Mexico.
Forget it.
Yeah. So then she does the most mature thing and, lies and says she's staying with Kelly and goes anyway. So she was supposed to hang out with Kelly.
Donna's idea.
Yeah, surprisingly. I wouldn't think Donna would come up with that.
Donna's like, why don't you just lie?
She's such a little goody two-shoes. Like, where did that come from?
She's like, when I used to date this curly-haired geek, his friend Zach always made up these different lies, and everything seemed to work out for him.
Right?
Like one time a statue of Elvis broke, and
I don't remember that episode.
Yeah, they're playing a card game at Screech's house, and they knock over a bust of Elvis, and then they try to have a card game to win the money to get it back, and
okay,
it's all weird. The whole fact that his mom is a big fan of Elvis and does an Elvis voice in the episode is everything's about it's weird.
Wow. That sounds awful.
Saved by the Bell, of course it's awful.
You love Saved by the Bell. It's like your favorite fucking show.
It's not... Okay, whoa, pump the brakes. It's not my favorite show by a long shot.
You made me watch it all the time.
But I do enjoy the show, but I don't enjoy the show because I think it's good.
Okay, fair enough.
It's not a well-made television program.
I mean, yeah, it's entertaining. Okay, so she decides to do the lying. She's supposed to be at Kelly's. They're going to rent movies, blah, blah, blah. Brandon, not Brendan.
Brandon.
Catches her packing her bag at 5 a.m. Why didn't she just say she was going to Kelly's at night? Like, why wait till 5 a.m? That seems super fishy.
Well, they're driving to Baja, so they need to leave early in the morning. That's what you do on a road trip.
But she could have said that she was leaving the night before and stayed at Dylan's, and it would have looked less obvious.
Yeah.
I guess. I don't know.
Would have been more nights to lie, though.
Yeah,
it would have been harder.
So Brandon finds out what she's doing and agrees to cover for her. Which, it's lucky. Like, it seems like she wasn't going to tell him. But he did end up having to cover for her.
Oh, yeah.
So it's a good thing to have him on the team. And,
you always want Brandon on your team. Unless you're running track. Then he's going to out you as doing steroids.
Right.
And you don't want him on the team.
So.
Or unless you're a basketball player, then he'll be racist.
Right. Yeah, I remember that.
Okay, maybe you don't want Brandon on your team.
I think you only want him on your team if you're a Boy Scout.
Okay.
Because he's a Boy Scout. So, she is taking off with Dylan. Brandon covers for her, and it's the typical teenage, I'm with my boyfriend and I lied, where mom calls Kelly's house and Kelly calls Brenda in Mexico, right. So Brenda can call her mom.
Yeah.
That seems like an awful lot of complicated.
It's more of a game of telephone than stealing an old racist war veteran's soul and passing it back and forth to different people.
But before...
which we'll talk about tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. We recorded out of order, so I thought that would make sense, but it makes no sense.
Doesn't make sense to you. Makes sense to us, though.
You're such a weirdo.
Tune in tomorrow.
Yeah, find out about souls and
That's
stuff.
not a call back. That's a call forward.
Right. So right before they had left for Mexico, they run into Dylan's old buddy. Mm-hmm. What the hell was his name? Jake Sawyer? Something like that. It was he had a first and last name.
Jack Hunter?
I don't know. I think it was Jake something.
Jake LaMotta?
So, and he's looking for work, and
yeah, he is looking for work.
David suggests that he go to wow. My brain's broken and I can't come up with names.
Okay.
Just leave me alone. He suggests that he help paint at Kelly's house because her mother is desperate for someone
What's
to
Kelly's
paint.
mom's name?
I don't know. Should I know that? Do you know that?
They said it in the episode. I don't remember, though.
Jackie.
There you go.
Hey, look at that.
Hey.
My brain does work.
Jackie. Join her Kersey.
What I find really weird is they talked about painting, but you never see him paint.
Yeah, he doesn't paint at all. He's building a canopy.
Yeah, for the wedding.
Yeah, do you want to paint the house? Sure, I'm a great painter.
No, come over and build stuff.
Yep.
And
he doesn't understand what the word painting means.
Right?
Isn't this painting? It's nailing a hammer.
But Kelly meets him, and she likes
Speaking
him a
of
lot.
nailing.
Right? She looks at him in ways that are just like, yeah.
Pornography music starts to play.
Seriously. Yes, they did that.
Emmanuel comes on the screen, scrawled. Little Cinemax in the corner.
So, they do a little bit of flirting, and then when he's done for the day, she's there by herself, heating herself up a frozen lasagna.
Yeah, nice.
And she offers for him to join her for dinner, which he does. And then Steve shows up.
Steve said something about because he couldn't bring a date to the wedding. And he's like, well, at least Kelly will be there.
Right. Oh, poor Steve.
This guy's a fucking loser.
He really needs to get over it. He really does.
I know. I can't wait until he gets accused of rape by some girl.
Why?
Then I'll know that he's gotten over it. No, it's just like he doesn't seem to have any luck in love at all.
Right.
Like he moves on and then later he gets accused of rape, I guess. I don't know. I didn't see that episode yet.
Right.
But then the other woman that did get raped that he tries to beat Brenda acting with. Remember that episode?
Yeah. I do. I think
so
it's the
weird.
same woman, actually.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Anyways. So Steve shows up and he just like expects her to let him in. Mm-hmm. And she should have, like you said, she should have just said she had company.
Yeah, I got company, Steve. Sorry.
But
we haven't dated in like 2 years.
Right. But instead, she hems and haws about why he can't come in. And then the guy comes around the corner. And then he's all like, oh, what's going on here? And
Steve looks confused and he's like, I don't understand. And then the orchestra goes, and he's like, oh, I get it. Okay.
He even asks when she says that he joined her for dinner if there's any left for him.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck do you not understand right now?
How? That's the most desperate thing I've ever heard in my life.
And then, he's like, finally, he's like, oh, I get it. I'll leave. Like, no, you should have got it like 10 minutes ago, Steve.
I mean, Steve might as well have just said, can I just sit in the corner and watch you? Like, what the fuck?
Right? And then after he leaves, they have a little kiss. So we'll see where that goes. He seems like a good guy.
Very little kiss.
Yeah, he seems like a good guy.
He does seem like a good guy. Apparently some incredible womanizer, according to Dylan, but he does seem like a good guy.
That's true. God, and they said something like that too. They said he should just wait for him to break up with her.
That's what Brandon said.
Yeah.
Brandon was like, yo, that's perfect for you because when he breaks her heart, you'll be the shoulder to cry on. It's like, wow, you don't understand women at all, do you, Brandon?
That's awful.
What a great position to put yourself in.
Yeah.
To be the frickin' friend.
So all that's going on while Brenda and Dylan are in Mexico.
Yeah.
And it seems
Fighting.
like they're going to have a great trip until they walk into the hotel and the reception lady says, oh, what about that other girl you came here with before, Stacey?
Whatever happened to that other woman?
Like, why would you do that to a person?
Is she still in the room? Did you leave her there?
They had an episode of Step by Step with the same plot.
Did they?
Yeah, where Frank and Carol
Oh, we watched it, didn't we?
I think so, yeah. But they
went on a honeymoon or something like that.
And they keep calling her the wrong name.
Frank had taken some other woman there.
Yeah.
Before they'd ever met, though.
Yeah, it's not as bad. Dylan took this lady, or this
Stacey,
girl, last summer when they were broken up and didn't tell her when they got back together.
Weirdly, it was Stacey Carosi, though, from the Beach Club.
Right?
From Saved by the Bell.
That would be fun. That would be a really weird crossover.
Stacey just shows up and it's Leo Remini.
Right? But
what are you doing here, Dylan?
I see Brenda's point. I see why she's upset. I really do.
I do understand why she's a little bit upset. Because he didn't mention, hey, when we were broken up, I fucked this other girl.
Right. And, yeah, that's something you need to know.
I guess.
It is. For, like, safety.
Yeah, but they use protection ever since she got pregnant, right?
Yeah, ever since she got pregnant, which was after that.
No, that was before they broke up. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They broke up because part of the reason they broke up is because she got pregnant.
That's true. Or she thought she was. She wasn't pregnant.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, she thought she was pregnant. She had a pregnancy scare.
So he gets her own room. Mm-hmm. Which I think that's kind of nice of him to do, I guess. It seemed like a waste of money, but he has money to waste.
He's like, don't go to the cafe by yourself, though. He acts like there's just packs of rapists waiting at the cafe or something.
Right?
Like that.
Yeah, he's like, trust me, you don't want to go there alone.
But it just looks like a resorty, nice area.
Right? And they have like a wandering minstrel come over and serenade them.
I don't know if he's a minstrel. That seems quite offensive.
Why?
But because that's
why is it offensive?
That's a minstrel's like a black stereotype thing.
It is?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that. I say so many things and I have no idea what they mean.
He's a street performer, an El Mariachi.
Yeah.
Or whatever. He's playing the guitar and singing.
That's what I should have said. Mariachi.
He's in blackface, admittedly, so she's...
Shut up! So they were having this really tense, awkward dinner until he comes over, and then they start laughing because it's so funny to be serenaded when you're, like, fighting.
Mm-hmm.
And
we know that.
Then she's...
It's never happened, but...
And then she's just like, I'm sorry. I don't know why she apologized. She apologized. Did he apologize?
He did, yeah. He apologized,
did he?
too.
All right.
He said, in a very casual way, he's like, I'm sorry, too.
Yeah. He should have been a lot more sorry than
he wasn't that sorry, though. He was thinking about having sex with that girl. So he wasn't that sorry that it happened. He's like, oh, but that stuff she did, though.
God. So they, like, dance and have fun, and she's wearing jeans the whole time.
Yeah, not exactly a great vacation attire.
No, like, pack a skirt, Brenda. You have better clothes than this. I was a little disappointed in her. And then,
she should have a rose in her mouth, right?
Shut up.
What? In a skirt and dance in the... Is that French? That's Spanish, right?
It is, but I think that's being racist, too.
Señorita.
They make up.
They do.
They seem happy in the morning when they're driving home.
Yeah, well, I know why.
Yeah, me too, honey. We all know why. And Brenda proves
they get to the border
that she is a child and doesn't deserve adult responsibility when they get stopped and she doesn't have her ID because her purse was stolen. And he's like, well, that's okay. I'll take your passport or your birth certificate. She's like, I don't have those either. Mm-hmm. She went to another country with no documentation.
No identification of any kind.
And he's like, well, it'll be fine. We'll just have to call your father. And
she's like, but he doesn't know I'm here. And she's like, can't I just give you my social security number? And he's like, he rightly says, you could give that number to anybody and they could just tell me and pretend to be you.
Right.
So no.
And he's like, unless you aren't an American citizen, because she's like arguing so much.
And she's like, no, I am. My dad doesn't know I'm here.
She's like, I'll be a dead American citizen if you call my dad. Mm-hmm. Stupid assholes.
Yeah.
And Dylan, who is obviously, more cultured and has traveled a lot, should have thought to tell her
He's not that smart either.
Nope. No, they're both pretty stupid. I'm pretty disappointed in them, honestly.
You sound like her parents.
I do.
Yeah, I'm very disappointed in their actions.
So it's kind of a cliffhanger moment.
Yeah.
We're waiting to see what happens.
Next episode is the last episode of the season 2. Then we'll be on to season 3.
So we gotta wait and see if, she makes it back home or, ends up in some kind of awful
Mexican jail.
Yeah. We'll see.
With a group of minstrels.
Shut up.
We've told you about serenading people. Not in our country.
What?
I don't know.
You're so weird.
Mm-hmm.
So, check out our website. retrolatefee.com.
That's what it's called.
Write us at retrolatefee1994 at AOL.com.
No, it's just latefee 1994.
Oh, it is. God.
At AOL.com.
What is wrong with me? Have a good week, guys. We'll talk next time.
All right. See you. Bye.
Bye.